back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Let's roll.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. And I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of the Mystery Movie Night podcast. As you can see, I am flying solo tonight. Happens from time to time. The last time was with Nuremberg. But hey, you are all here. And first off, I want to say hello to everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to some people who've joined me here in the live chat. Friend of the channel, Sergeant Giratina, as well as Enigma Severus. Please don't forget to hit the like, share out the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new, say hello in the comments, and of course, memberships are available. So please feel free to become a member or gift a membership. All right. Well, I am just going to go ahead, since it is just me for right now at least, I'm going to reveal tonight's mystery movie. And that was the SISU Road to Revenge, directed by Jamari Hellander, with Jorma Tamila returning as a Tommy Corpy. Along for the ride this time, Richard Brake, back in bad guy mode, because of course, and Stephen Lang as the villain, Igor Dragunov. All right, very simple tale. This is, of course, the sequel to the film SISU, which came out a couple of years ago. This is my 4K copy of it. The synopsis for this film reads as follows. When they took his family, he took revenge. Returning to the house where his family was brutally murdered during the war, the man who refuses to die dismantles it, loads it on the truck, and is determined to rebuild it somewhere safe in their honor. When the Red Army commander who killed his family comes back hell-bent on finishing the job, a relentless, eye-popping cross-country chase ensues. A fight to the death. And that is kind of pretty much the story of the film. It is much like the first movie. It's a cut to the chase. There's not a whole lot of dialogue, and it really doesn't need any. The dialogue in the film tells you what you need to know. And that's it. And basically, the idea is, as the synopsis says, what has happened. It is now 1946. The war is over, and what has happened is that the borders are changed, and there is now a part of Finland that has become the Soviet Union. And as it turns out, Corpy's home is now on the wrong side of the border. Because he's Finland represent. That's the thing. So he crosses the border legally, passport in hand and everything, and he goes to his home along with his dog from the first movie, who's back for this one as well, and we learn of the fate of his family. We find out that he had a wife. He had 2 sons, and he dismantles the house piece by piece. Throws it onto the back of a truck, and away he goes, as he's now going to rebuild the house on the Finnish side of the border. Now we get the second story, which is the introduction of the Igor Dragunov character. He is who's played by Stephen Lang. He is in prison, in a Russian prison for war crimes. He is approached by his former superior officer, who's played by Richard Brake. A Tommy Corpy has entered the Soviet Union while he is on our side of the border. Finish what you started, and we'll give you whatever you want. Namely your freedom and a ton of money. Yeah, so he takes off after Corpy, and it becomes basically this day and evening long chase. And the movie takes place predominantly from the time Dragunov chases off after Corpy to when they have their final battle. It's pretty much like a 20 less really than a 24-hour period. So, like I said, this movie cuts to the chase. It reminded me very much in tone, the way it's shot, the way it's edited together. It reminded me a lot of The Road Warrior. And that's kind of what it is, with Corpy as Mad Max and Dragunov as Wes, I guess. And I'm just going to come out and say it, guys. This movie is a blast. I loved it. I had fun. It's 89 minutes with credits, so it doesn't outstay its welcome. This is the movie that we're looking for. When we say that we want like this, just an entertaining 90 minutes, not even 90 minutes, 89 minutes, and, those last few minutes of credits, and so it is this very streamlined, cut to the chase. You are given the information that you need, and then the movie just goes hell-bent for the horizon there for the rest of the film. And I loved it, man. Now, is it as good as the first movie? I like the first movie slightly better, but this is really good. it is a worthy sequel. And hello to Nate. Thank you for the member stream, the member chat. 12 months. Yes. SISU Road to Revenge is the mystery movie this week. And I love this movie, man. I had a blast. Is sitting in the back row cheering Corpy on. This is great, And much like the first movie, it is over the top. And I think, based on the ending of the previous movie, I think it's pretty safe to say that Corpy either is immortal, yeah, or he is some kind of, either way, he's some kind of supernatural force, or seemingly supernatural force, or maybe it's like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, with Quartermain. Africa won't let me die, and maybe Finland won't let this guy die. I think the problem with a lot of movies today is they think they need 6 or 3 hours. But I think if you're a filmmaker who cannot tell a story within 2 hours, they're probably just pretentious. Yeah. I mean, I have said it on a number of occasions that unless you are a biopic or a historical epic, you don't need to be 3 hours. You don't need 3 hours to tell the story. And this movie understands what it is, who its audience is, and what it needs to do. And it does everything right. Yes, it's over the top. It's not realistic. It's not meant to be. If graphic violence bothers you, if you're squeamish, then like the first movie, this is not going to be for you. But if you enjoyed the first movie, you're going to like this one. I mean, it is a worthy sequel, and it's not it's not done in order to. This is not like a cash grab sequel. This is a story that makes sense within the context of the previous film. It's pretty much set up in the original film that once Corpy loses his family, he kind of goes off on his own because he was this Finnish commando. He's kind of deemed ungovernable. He's sent off on his own missions, and he comes back with and thank you very much, Nate. And he basically becomes, as we find out in the first movie, he becomes this legend. This man who seems to be immortal. And he runs into people along the way. Not only with the Russians, but even with his own people, he has become this story. It's kind of like this Kaiser Soze in reverse, for the Finns. He is someone to be looked up to be respected, to strive to be. He is at one with the country. Everybody else, the Russians, the Nazis from the first movie, everybody is just kind of scared shitless of this guy. And they should be, because he doesn't seem to die, no matter what they do to him. And he is seemingly immortal, but at the same time, he's not indestructible. He can be hurt. He can be shot. He can be stabbed. He can be blown up, drowned. You know, he can be in a plane crash, and all these are all things that happen in these films. But it's like that old saying, keeps a licking, keeps on ticking. And that's who this guy is. He will not give up, and he will not die. And he's going to do what he's going to do, whether or not it's going to be getting his gold to the bank, or in this case, bringing his home back to Finland where it belongs. And that's literally all he's trying to do. And that's another thing that I like about it, that I don't believe that people pick up on, is because it is missing from Hollywood films, is this sense of patriotism. And this is a man who very much loves his country and will repel any invaders. Hey, knock on my door. You better be friendly. And this movie is just a blast. Because and what's interesting about it is this is not a young guy. The actor who plays Corpy, this is not a young guy. Clearly, like the drinker described him in his review of the first movie. This guy's like Santa Claus on steroids. This is someone who's lived a hard life, and just keeps coming back for more. I want to say hello to some people who've joined us in the chat. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. It's quite all right. Got off to a little bit of a late start myself. And of course, my partner in crime, the creator and host of Action Theater Western Cinema Presents After Hours Karaoke, the CEO of the Outlaw Bill Sports Network, Outlaw Bill. All right, so let's see. Who is the lucky winner of the membership? And thank you, Nate, for gifting the membership. And Outlaw Bill is the lucky winner. So welcome back to member status, Bill. All right. And hello to Wallace Lang. Good to see you, sir. All right. So that's the film from kind of a Corpy's point of view. Every good hero deserves a good villain. And, well, we definitely get it in Stephen Lang's Igor Dragunov, because this guy is just, every villain nightmare that that you can think of. The way that he has disposed of Corpy's family. We don't see it, but we do get enough detail. It's pretty gruesome stuff, and we can understand why Corpy goes off on the rampage that he did against the Russians. But of course, this being a sequel, we find out that he has missed the man who is responsible, and that's Dragunov. And like I said, when we first meet Dragunov, we find him. He is in prison for his previous crimes. He is, like I said, approached by Richard Brake's character, who's going to free him from prison if he can go out and capture and or kill Corpy, and he'll give him whatever he wants, namely his freedom, which is really what he's looking for, money, whatever he wants, you know. And we're off and running, and he goes after Corpy. But the interesting thing is he does do it. He does do it smart. He realizes who he is up against, and it's not like the villains in the first movie where it's just like, okay, throw as many men at him as I can. This guy, he's thinking. Dragunov is strategizing. He's anticipating moves. Um, and that he's kind of Hans Gruber to Corpy's McLean. There's a third act sequence that takes place on a train. That very much, it kind of does become Die Hard on a train. It's great. Will you like this one? I think you will. We have to do this for Action Theater, Bill. Really, we did the first movie. We got to do this. I had such a great time with this movie. I am going to try and see this again in theaters, and I know I've said that about other movies this year, but I will make the time, if I have to, because I think, unlike a lot of the other movies this year, I think if we really get the word of mouth out there, because this is going to get a wider release than the original movie did. The original movie was also a mystery movie night selection. I didn't see it. I missed that week, unfortunately. And I'm still kind of kicking myself for that. What is the runtime? The runtime is 89 minutes, including credits. And it's over in a blink. It is very fast paced, and it's cut into chapters like the original film was. So you have that going on, and there's some. This movie is also very funny. In a darkly comedic way. There are things to laugh about in it, and for as gruesome as it gets in places, like I said, this is a movie that understands its audience, and it takes the themes of the original film and expands on them. It feels like an organic sequel. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like, a cash grab. It simply feels like the original movie was the first half of the story, and this is like the second half of the story. And you could watch this movie back to back, and it would fit perfectly. It's a lot of fun. It's very well done. The special effects are very well done. The stunt work is amazing. Um, the action is very well choreographed and put together. You can see the influences. You know, obviously Road Warrior, like I said. Um, Under Siege 2, because you got that big sequence on the train at the end. And, there's the sequence where they try to use bomber planes to get them. Fantastic. There's a great there's a great joke that kind of puts punctuation onto that sequence. This movie works, guys. I don't want to give it away. Go see it. Um, like I said, it's only 89 minutes, so it does not. I from the time. It was really nice for a change to be home 2 hours after a movie started. you know, um, so this is not a movie that's 3 hours for no reason. It doesn't need to be. It's as long as it has to be. And you got a really cool heroic lead. You got bad guys that you want to see die. And they're pretty good too. Stephen Lang is really good here. um I don't want to count him out. He's a good villain. um and he has his own agenda and his own backstory. And you get to find that out too, during the course of the movie, that he has something to lose too. And when you take that into account. And it's an interesting character. I can see why he did this movie. I wouldn't have expected to see him, but yeah, he's good. Richard Brake always plays a bastard. He pretty much does that here too. you know, um, this is just a fun movie, guys. I'm highly recommending it. Go out and see it. If you were a fan of the first movie, you're going to love this. If you're watching this review and you haven't seen the original movie, go and see the original movie, and then go to the theaters this weekend and go see this. This is one of the better movies this year. Um, it's definitely going to be in my honorable mentions at the end of the year, and it may go higher. So yeah, this is right up there, and kind of like my top third of the movies I've seen this year. And I can't recommend it enough. I I had fun. I knew what you understand the kind of movie that you're going to walk into with this. And I don't want to say check your brain at the door, because it's not that. But it's a fun R-rated 90-minute action movie. This is the old stuff. This is what we used to go and see in the summer months. I'm kind of wondering if they put it out in November to maybe snag a couple of technical Oscar nominations, and it might get a couple. Like I said, this is a very well made, well shot movie by people who understood the kind of movie they were making, who they were making it for, and then did not talk down to their audience. If you like the first movie, you're going to like this. I can't recommend it enough. And I wish I had everybody here with me, to be here and talk about the movie, because what you're going to get is just me gushing about it, guys. I enjoyed it. I am highly recommending it. It's one of the best action movies of the year. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody's reaction is going to be to it. Especially the people who saw the previous movie. And I think I had the original movie in my top 10 for that year. Let me look that up very quickly for you. I know I had it here somewhere. Give me a moment, please. Yeah. Let me look. It's not cooperating with me. Sign in. I signed in already. Ain't technology grand? All right. Let me lists. Uh, 2022. Oh, that can't be right. Try this. Under 23. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I had it at number 9. And so it made my top. The original movie didn't make my top 10 the year I saw it. So I don't know if the sequel's going to be in my top 10 or not. But damn, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Let me see. I don't want to lose track of the chat. Nate says, I can't remember the last time I had a great time at the movies. The last movie I saw in the theater was Superman, and it was okay. Connie says, sounds like something I would appreciate if I'm correct. I think you will. I like to watch movies in chronological order. What are the names of the previous movies? The previous movie is SISU. And this is the 4K SISU. And this is a SISU Road to Revenge. This is the second film. Hello to the Tired Midnight Blogger. Curtis Selby. Good to see you, sir. JPRPH1. Good to see you as well, sir. Actually, since it's just me tonight, I've pretty much said everything I can say about the movie. I am going to go ahead and wrap things up here in a few minutes. But SISU Road to Revenge, which was tonight's last night's mystery movie night selection. I am highly recommending it. Go see it in theaters. See the original movie first. You don't really have to, honestly. It really does. That's another thing. Is this is a sequel that stands on its own, and I think you get enough information that you don't necessarily need to have seen the original movie to see this one. You will get the extra you will pick up on some things. You'll get it won't hurt to see the original movie first. You don't necessarily have to, but it doesn't hurt, and I recommend that a lot too. Like I said, the original movie made my top 10 that year, so we'll see where this one lands. It's definitely going to be, like I said, it's in my it's in my top third of films from this year. So, SISU Road to Revenge. I'm recommending. All right. Well, I wish I had the gang here with me tonight to kind of go a little bit deeper into things, hear their opinion. Unfortunately, flying solo this week, which is fine. I do want to thank everyone who was following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to thank everybody that was here in the live chat with me. I want to thank Nate for the member chat and the gifted membership. Congratulations to my partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger himself, Outlaw Bill, for winning the membership there. And I want to thank let's see, Enigma Severus, Sergeant Giratina, Wallace Lang, JPRPH1, Curtis Selby, the Tired Midnight Blogger, and of course, Connie Cleary, the Bird Woman of YouTube, for joining the chat for tonight's show. All right. Let me look up real quick and see if I can find out when the next mystery movie will be, because I think there's one more coming up here very shortly. Yeah, let's go Broncos, indeed. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so next Monday is the 24th. No mystery movie that week. Let's look ahead here. All right, so it looks like the next mystery movie is going to be on the 1st of December. And according to the website, which does try to fake you out, the next movie is going to be PG-13 and will have a 96-minute runtime. But understand that they do sometimes fib about the rating and that the movie could be 20 minutes either longer or shorter. So, I'm sure those of you who are on the Reddit will find out before we do. So that will mean that the next episode of the Mystery Movie Night podcast will be 7 p.m. Eastern on the 2nd of December. So please join me and anybody from the gang who gets a chance to see the movie. And I do want to say hello to my fellow panelists tonight, wherever you may be, to Sin's Corner, Off the Cover, Kyle Corwith, and Wilkie's Movies and Music, and our honorary panel member, D Movie Man, who hopefully will be able to join us at some point because he's certainly invited, open invitation. If you're listening to this, D, anytime you want to come on with us in the panel, you have an open invitation. So just putting that out there. All right. So until next time. And once again, go see SISU, Road to Revenge. Highly recommending it. From HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Because this is how we win.
It's even odd Neuronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties and views to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Under YouTube Pro, let's roll.